As you know, nothing new on Star, from arguments to fights that turn to a deathbed. Clearly, nobody wins in Family Feuds. Let's talk about it.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Thank you guys for joining us today for another night. Welcome to the AfterBuzz TV show for Star, Season 3, Episode 12, Toxic. I'm your host, Jazzy, and my lovely co-host with my left, Ema.
Hi.
And Archie J.
Hey, what's up?
We are so happy to have you guys here with us today. I mean, as you know, Star is full of drama, and we're going to talk about it so much more. We do have to let you know about our ghetto superstar of the night. Archie has the news for us.
Yeah.
But before we dive in, there's so much going on. We see Cassie and Maurice teaming up, which is great. Star, we think she's about to get out of jail. I don't know. And then, of course, Gigi and Alex, what a star. I mean, like a whole episode for them. But before we dive into it, what's your overall thoughts for the night?
My overall thoughts was the drama was real. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat, and I feel like so much happened in like that short amount of time. It was crazy.
You were on the edge of your seat? Yes. I was standing up.
You were excited?
Literally, as y'all saw. Yeah, there was so much stuff going on. At one point, I felt like I couldn't keep up. We have, Cassie beating people up in parking lots. We have makeout scenes in clubs, drugs. I'm stressed.
It was a lot. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I think I was trying to hold back all my emotions. I didn't know if I was happy, if I was sad, if I was like crying. I didn't know what I feel like.
I feel like
right?
the Jekyll emotion or something.
Yeah.
Everything just came out all at one time.
I mean, first I'm smiling, but then I feel like I need a box of tissues next to me. So I'm just all discombobulated right
Or a
now.
bottle of Jack.
It was all good, though.
A bottle of Jack too would have worked. I would prefer that.
Noah would approve.
Yes. Noah would approve. Don't come for my Noah, Archie. Do not come for my Noah.
He's going through life's pressure.
Yes,
He's trying to get through
things.
it, okay? It's okay.
So let's talk about Cassie and Maurice first. We see them, of course, before being rivals to now being partners and maybe some lovers. I don't know. How did you guys feel about them just taking on Xander's whole, gravity media, like him trying to come back and terrorize the place? How did you guys feel about them, just coming together and working this out and trying to be partnership?
I actually like to see them together because it's so interesting to see the sexual tension between them.
Yes.
But I love, even though everybody feels Cassie's crazy and she's a little crazy, but I love how she has this toughness about herself. And even though she does want to be vulnerable and she wants to really go there with Maurice, she's like, no, I'm loyal to my sister and I'm down for what it is that I want to do.
Yes.
So I have to say, I like it.
I love it.
I feel like at first I was not really here for this because, as we know, he has history with Carlotta. But
absolutely,
as the episode kind of played out and we saw them with that final scene when they were in the club and she was in her office, I feel like they had a heart to heart and they might be the best thing for each other.
I agree.
Sometimes you have those situations where maybe you dated someone and then your friend wants to date that person. Seems a little weird walking into it, but maybe they're made for each other.
And let me say this out. One thing I noticed is that Maurice can handle Cassie, okay?
Yeah.
It's like he has a way of calming her down. Like he's not intimidated by her. He just knows exactly what to say. And then even when they were having that conversation and he said, he was talking to her about, his mother. Yeah. And he was trying to get her to get, to be more open about her father. And he got her to literally listen to him. And did you guys see that little wink in his eye? When she was like, you're right. He was like, yeah, I got her. And she was about to kiss him.
I didn't see that. But I think, was she kind of turning her back towards him a little bit when she was walking away, as she was walking to get a drink or something? I did see that.
He always has a wink in his eye, though.
No, this is a different kind of wink.
Are you trying to see him?
He was like, I got her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You guys didn't see that?
I think I see a little wink. I did.
I totally saw that. Maybe I just thought
But I have to definitely agree with Nima. I think that they're kind of like a yin and yang for each other.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like they come together at one point in time and balance each other out because they're so determined and they have so much fire inside of them and dedication. But at the same time too, Cassie is a hothead. You cannot stop Cassie. And then Maurice is more the calm, chill stuff. He's more like a silent killer. He can get things done, but just very low key. And I like that. He's very level headed.
Yes.
And what I love so much about this is that Cassie's always gonna be Cassie. I mean, we saw in some previous episodes when she mentioned Carlotta, I'm turning in my old ways. She gives back her gun and everything. Why Cassie still walking around with that gun, just hitting people left and right.
Yes, literally. She totally smashed that dude's face in, and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm scared for my life."
Yeah,
I was scared for his life.
She did say that he said that he had a gift, but she said she has a gift of, what was it? Speaking her mind or whatever. The gift of her tongue. Pop it off at the mouth.
Yeah, that's what she said.
She continuously does that.
Yeah, she does.
all the time.
All the time. But were you guys surprised to see her in that element? It was a lot of tension, I think, and she meant every part of it when that guy had called her a bitch and she was swinging that gun.
Dying.
But were you guys surprised to see her acting her old ways? Like, did you guys see that coming? Because she mentioned she was gonna give it up.
Yeah, I definitely saw that coming.
Yeah, I saw it coming. She walked out the door with the gun in her
I
purse.
know, and that was a setup.
And when Maurice was going to, interact with the guy, she had the gun behind her back. We saw her do that. And I felt like the cameraman behind this, the director, whatever producer that did that scene when she was, although it was short, beating the dude in the face, I felt like it was so well put together because we saw that drama. It was shot from, below, and it kind of, her hair was like sweating. I was into it.
It was almost like literally I felt like she blacked out. Like she had a moment.
Yeah, she had it. Yeah.
Because, of course, like we see the struggle that Cassie does want to do good, but she still struggles with her old self.
Yes.
And in that moment, like whenever she let loose, it was like I felt like it wasn't really more about her. It was really about her respect. And the fact that guy disrespect her, that's what made her lose it. She's like, you know what? No, you just cannot respect me. So
and I actually agree with her actions. I mean, you shouldn't resort to violence, but in that particular moment, I agree. Like, he definitely disrespected her.
Right.
And I'm really proud of Cassie because she is trying really hard to work on herself. But we see that what she's doing right now, yes, she's coming back for Xander, but it's more so like taking down and protecting her sister's work.
Right.
Like, she's actually like, I'm doing this for my sister. Like she told Maurice, like, we all can tell tension is hot between the two. Like, they want to get it in.
I think they're made for each other, to be
But she's like,
honest.
my sister. So she's like protecting gravity. So I'm liking Cassie. I really want to see this work out. But you know what? I'm gonna say that for prediction.
And now she also has the idea that she has this whole idea, and we saw it in the episode that her father did malicious things to her sister.
Yes.
So she's
Why was she so mean to him?
defending even more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So with Cassie, I mean, she is dealing with a lot already, like separately trying to save gravity, as we can tell. But she's also doing a lot of personal stuff with her sister and her father. Were you guys shocked to see her father pretty much admit to his faults in the hospital?
No.
I was shocked.
No, I wasn't shocked because I could just tell like the interaction between him and Cassie, even like every time he talks to her, it seems like he's literally in like a trance and like he's not in reality. It's like he's trying to make up this make-believe world. And I could tell just by their interaction that he was trying to hide something. So in that moment when they were in, the room and like, she was telling him like, this is what you did to my sister and this is all the anger and all the hate. Now I feel like there was a moment for the audience to really be able to have compassion for Cassie because we understand why she has this hate, this animosity, why she always wants to beat somebody is because it literally stems from her father.
Right.
So I think that was like a pivotal moment for, us to respect Cassie more and to really be able to see like what was the issue like with her dad and like why was he just being so crazy? I felt like he just kept trying to find reasons to make Cassie pull back in. He fell down the stairs. I'm like, literally, did he really fall down the stairs? Or did he just fall down the stairs?
He's older. And then him doing that, I felt like that kind of gave us insight that what does he have? Maybe dementia?
That's what I thought.
Something going on
I
because
I thought it was something else.
You thought it was something? I
did.
I think it was like a dementia thing because he's older and he thought, Cassie was Carlotta and he started revealing different things. And then I felt like he kind of came back to himself because he wouldn't say, Carlotta and our child is still alive.
Right.
If that was Carlotta, you would not use her name in like third person.
In third person. Yeah, I agree with you. So
I don't know what's going on there.
I agree. I thought that he had dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever it is because, prior to last week, we saw Cassie go home to his house and try to like get him to confess what he did.
Yeah.
And he was so confused. And even when Carlotta faced him like, you raped me, he was still confused. So I thought like, well, maybe he doesn't really remember what he did.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Could it possibly be that sometimes a person could try to disconnect from what they done so bad that it doesn't mean that they have dementia. It just means that they just are not trying to deal with the reality of that situation, and it just literally like pushes their memory away.
I wouldn't doubt that can be true. I really believe that you can definitely try to like forget something as much as you can, and then I honestly think that it comes back around and haunts you later because it's something that you never really dealt with, So it's like something that's always in the back of your head. But
it's like his brain just literally stayed in that moment, and it never grew from that.
I am happy to see that he confessed and that Cassie did get her peace. I mean, even though she didn't look as peaceful, she got what she wanted, the confession. He admitted to his faults, and then now we know we can expect a child or someone else coming in like in the picture.
Archie's like, I'm not ready for this.
I'm not ready for that either.
I know,
that's
it's
serious.
gonna be crazy.
I know, and
but who is the baby?
I know.
That's the question.
Who is the baby? Oh, of the kid. You know what? And mentioning kid, let us know in the live chat as well. But the opening scene, we saw Simone and her boo back together, and he apparently didn't have the condom on. That was a topic of discussion.
Yeah.
And then he started talking about children. So like, do we have to look for another child coming into the picture?
Yeah,
she was
I
like,
know.
wait, what? Like, she was so confused, and he was kind of chilling, like, oh, okay. But you can already see that they were having the conversation, and clearly you can already tell that Simone wants something very different than what he wants.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. We're talking about Simone. Let's get into it. Simone. Love Simone.
I love her.
She is a star on her own. How did you guys feel about her just pretty much just taking over again for her sister and her performance with Noah? Like, that was huge.
I think that we are really starting to see the true Simone. I think that for so long she hid behind Star, and now that she's actually Star's like motivating force, like even when they were having the conversation in jail, and she was like, Star, let's sing, she was like, sing to me. And I think that was such a pivotal moment, because it's like now we have so much more respect for Simone than like what we ever had before, because now we see that, okay, she's not a little girl anymore, like she's a woman.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, we definitely, and the last couple of episodes, ever since the season has come back, we've seen her step up to the plate and be this powerful force.
Exactly.
But I agree. I mean, I thought the performance was, well done, and her and Noah walked in there to meet Irv, played by Rick Ross.
Yes.
To kind of secure the bag in a way and make sure they
they secured it.
get on the ASAs. But I'm rocking with Simone. I mean, I have no complaints whatsoever. But yeah, she's definitely the driving force for Star. Now that we're seeing Star for the first time, weak, fragile, alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk more about that, but before we dive into like more about Star, Nima has a word for the people.
I do. Listen up, guys. First and foremost, I want to say that we thank you so much for allowing us to be the ESPN of TV talk, and we could use your help. How can we do that? If you guys are on YouTube right now, what I need you to do is click that thumbs up button, and if you are tuned into iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating, because no matter what you do, we need you guys to leave us comments, because your comments is what keeps us alive. And also to speak of the fact that we would not be able to do AfterBuzz TV. If it was not for you guys, we really appreciate you and love you for everything that you're doing. And we want you guys to continue to keep telling people about our show. So stay tuned in, give us some support on iTunes and YouTube, and
Yes. Make sure you do that. And remember, the 4-star rating don't work, so give us 5 stars.
That's right.
But I definitely want to piggyback on Simone. I really, really like how, again, she's constantly evolving, but what I didn't understand is how we were missing some parts into the show. So there was something that stuck out to me. I can't remember the top of my head, but it was something that Simone had said. Oh, when I guess Simone had mentioned to Alex that she was telling her to, talk to your mother, you should ignore her phone calls. Mm-hmm. That was not in the show. There was a lot of things that was kind of like scarce, just kind of like all over the place.
Right.
But I like when Simone we see her throughout the show being everyone's pretty much like their backbone. Like when it comes to Alex, when it comes to Noah, when she caught Noah doing the painkillers. Mm-hmm. And that's serious too, because she can relate to that. Mm-hmm. So,
I think what was so pivotal is that in the beginning, Simone talks about how she got the bill passed. I think that her getting the bill passed is really what gave her the freedom to be able to step up to say that, hey, I can really do this. I can really support other people, because we saw in the episode previous that she was really having struggles. And Star was like, listen, you have had all these battles with our family. Now, now you are the person who can actually be a spokesperson. And now since that, I see that, Simone has definitely stepped up. Even in that conversation also, too, that I do want to pinpoint is that I think that Simone was pushing Alex because Simone doesn't have her mother. So she's like, Alex, you still have your mom, so why would you not try to at least like listen to her? So I
But
think
she
it was
said her mom has done horrible things. Her mom's been addicted. Her mom has had sex
Her mom
almost
has.
with her boyfriend.
I was like, oh my God.
Yes, her mom has done
That's so
some
traumatic.
things.
That's real. That's a
Yeah.
hard thing to accept immediately after she says, okay, I'm clean now, I'm good.
Absolutely.
I think the director did a amazing job in helping us understand like where the anger really lies between Alex and her mother, and where the anger really lies between Cassie and her father. Like the parents, child feud here, it really brings so much to surface.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
shout out to the director.
Do you guys think, so I mean, clearly it's evident that Simone is the rock right now for these past few episodes. But do you guys think that this is her ultimate purpose when it comes to her career? Because she had mentioned in the show, like, she's happy, her career's finally taking off, like she's very like content with her moment. She's one thing about family, like she's living her life. But we always thought that she was living her life through Star. So now I'm kind of confused. Like, is singing what she really wanted to do, or is it just her having a voice and being noticed what she really wanted?
I really think it's really about her having a voice. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Rick Ross, played by Irv, he did say something to her. He was like, and then you can work on your solo career
Next year.
I think that's something. Okay, we hadn't talked about predictions, so I'm not gonna say that, but I'm gonna hold that off. But I think that's a really big pivotal moment, because now I think that everything that Simone has gone through thus far is really about her having a voice.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that
agree.
yes, she does want to be a star, but I think it's really about her stepping up to being Simone.
Yeah.
This is what this is about.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree wholeheartedly. I actually don't think that if the whole stardom was to go away, she would be fine.
No.
I don't think that she is, has to have it, die to have it like Star, or like Alex has it in her blood, is what they say. I don't feel like Simone has to have that. I feel like she likes being a voice for people. She likes helping people. She helped the immigration laws to a certain extent, and that's where I feel like her power lies.
I definitely think that Simone could be like a motivational speaker. Like she could do a lot of things. Like she's talented. The girl can do it all. But I don't know. Just like watching it, I'm thinking like, is this really what she wanted to do? Like be a singer, or is it more to it? I feel like we're gonna see a little more of Simone's character kind of shifting into a different like angle or a different like direction.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that.
Me too.
Okay, Star. I hands down thought that she was gonna get out of jail tonight. What did you guys think?
I mean, I thought, yeah, for sure.
No.
I definitely
No,
thought she
you
was gonna get
didn't.
out
Are
of jail.
she?
I know she wasn't going to get out of jail because
That
we
easy.
saw the trailer last week how
yeah,
she
that's
got
true, we
jumped.
did.
I was like, no, she's not getting out of jail. What are you
But
talking
see, I
about?
thought she got
doesn't
jumped
mean-
earlier though.
Yeah, perfect. So Nima just brought up my point. I was a little angry. It's another part where I feel like things were left out. So
Yes.
we see that Star mentioned she went to the hole. I'm thinking that was the fight that we didn't get to see
Exactly.
when she went to the hole. So she went to the hole prior. Why did she go in the hole? Where was that at? She
Right.
never talked about it. And then now we see she gets in the fight at the very end, which I don't know about you guys, but I don't really think that girl came to fight her. What did you guys think? I'm upset, by the way. Word to Drizzy Drake, like Gigi said.
I don't really know if the girl did or didn't, but all I know is that Star has so much animosity. Like it was very similar to Cassie and the guy. You know what I mean? Like she was like already on the edge. She's like, listen, what do you want? What do you want? And she just literally like lost it. Not
Yeah.
even knowing that her moment of freedom was right there.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I don't understand why she beat the girl to smithereens because
And she was messing with her the whole time.
True, but if you know anything about jail or prison or wherever you are, you're about to get out. Why?
Star didn't know
She
she was
didn't know
about to
she
get
was about
out.
to get out, remember?
Oh, she didn't,
Well,
did she?
She didn't.
Well, the thing is,
The
we
girl
don't-
just stepped up to her. She's like,
Yeah.
I have a message.
That's
But it's
so
like, but the girl looks
true.
kind of, pause. The girl looks very intimidating, seriously. Like,
Yeah.
anytime she steps up, I'm like, oh, Lord, it's about to be a fight.
I think, I really don't think that, well, it's clear that I don't think Star knew that she was going to get out, but I really don't think that girl came to tell her that, to tell her anything bad.
She said, Arlene has a message for you.
Yeah, she said I have a message from Charlene.
Charlene,
she said,
right.
had a message from Charlene.
What is the message? There's nothing good.
She didn't get it to say anything because Star instantly just started like going off. Star has this temper that can make or break her.
Yeah.
It's actually breaking her for the past few seasons, as we can see.
But let me say this. Star has really, pushed her temper down since she's been in jail. And I'm telling you, this girl was definitely messing with her. So wait, am I the only person who's been watching it? I mean, I really feel like Star has had a great hold on her temper since she's been in jail, right?
It's kind of hard. I'm gonna disagree.
No.
Nima.
She's been trying her best not to fight the girl.
I'm gonna disagree, Nima. Only
am
because
I not watching the same thing? I'm sorry, am I
we're watching
blind?
the same thing, but this is why I'm gonna disagree. You know why? Because we haven't even seen Star in the jail scenes.
We have
sorry,
seen her.
Tasha. I love you. I love you, Tasha Smith. You are an amazing director. However, I haven't really seen enough episodes of Star in jail, so I don't even know what's going on with Star. That was gonna be my rant. Like, I don't understand. What's Star doing? I don't understand.
I don't think that she's calmed her temper down because we've seen her when we have seen her in jail multiple times. She says, "I'm not scared of you. I'm gonna beat you up." Like, this is not calming your temper down.
That is true. Like when she was on the phone talking to Simone and Alex through the window, the girl just looked at her. She already was acting up.
Right.
And you know what? I think the girl was messing with her, but I don't really think it was more so like trying to pick on her. The girl clearly was attracted to Star. That girl wanted to, do some things with Star.
I mean, but come on, this is Star. Like, you can't jump at Star like that.
Yeah, but Star's always ready, and it's cool to be ready, but I think Star could have just pulled back just a little bit because she didn't know what the girl was going to say to her. And only that, clearly you can go to the hole and more like time can be added to your sentence if you already react. So Star needs to be more on the self-defensive side, not the offense.
But see, everybody knows about, so, they always talk about jail. Like when you go to jail, it's like you have to let the person know that, listen, I'll fight you if you try to fight me. So I feel like Star was just doing what she felt like she needed to do. Like she was letting the girl know, listen, like, don't come for me.
Yeah.
But I feel like over a period of time, even though Star said something, I feel like the girl still made her feel that she had to protect herself. That's what I really feel like it was about. You know what I'm saying? Because even when she was on the phone with Simone, she was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, she literally, like, set it up to say, something's about to happen. I can't do this anymore. You know what I mean? Because she was already in the hole. We don't even know what happened.
We don't even know what happened.
We already see the setup, like, okay, Star's not going to get out of jail, but she's out.
Yeah. And all that happened so fast when, we seen that Miss Bruce, shout out to Miss Bruce, by the way. Miss Bruce is so amazing. We see Miss Bruce and Alex and Simone, go in. Oh, not Alex, Cotton, go in and like pretty much try to blackmail Arlene with that judge.
Oh, yeah.
And it happened so fast to where Star got out. Well, was on the verge of getting out. So now we don't even know what's going to happen. And I'm just a little worried about like if what Bruce's break was that coming to an end or what? Like, is it a done deal or,
No, I feel like Miss Bruce plays a very vital character because Miss Bruce is the essential manager for like
absolutely.
Miss Bruce kind of acts like Carlotta though.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
she like holds it down.
I just meant when it comes to her work trying to get Star out, like I wonder what's going to happen next. Like was all that Bruce was doing go to waste because Star got herself in
Star's still going to get out though.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Well, no, eventually she's probably going to get out.
It's called Star. She has to get out.
It's like literally like she's the star of the show.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, so Arlene, I mean, what do you think's gonna happen with her? Like, is she gonna just go somewhere? Because it's evident Arlene is a bitter woman. She is so bitter. Like, not only is her family passed away, but she was trying to like do some sexual things to that judge. Like, she's just a lonely person. I'm gonna pray for her.
Yeah, she's the least of my worries. I feel like once Star gets out, she'll kind of dissipate. There's really nothing else to be doing because we have documentation that you bribed the judge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, like, literally, like, she can't do anything from now but go down. So she got to cover herself. Her show's over with. Sorry.
Unless she's the next person on drugs.
Talking about drugs.
Drugs, yeah. Speaking of drugs, let's dive right into it. Gigi is one of them, and Noah, and it's a lot going on. But I want to talk about Gigi and Alex before I talk about Noah. Were you guys shocked to see Gigi's meltdown?
No. Not at all.
Not at all. Are you guys seeing it coming?
Yes. I mean, I feel like, and it's so funny because I was talking to Archie about my metaphor. I was like, so what's that thing? Like, if you're not like a giant, then you're kind of like a wimp. So I feel like there's like a wimp in every like giant or monster. I mean, all of that roar has to come from something, right? So I feel like it's insecurity. And then there were like very intricate moments throughout the show that we saw her issue with her aunts. So I mean, I always felt like Gigi had something coming for her. I just didn't know it was gonna be that.
It was the first scene that we saw in the episode when she was in the studio. She was with her aunts on this episode that I had a flashback because I've seen lots of documentary type films of Whitney Houston.
Okay.
And I could not get that out of my head. Just kind of like, that turmoil stage with the spiral and the drugs. That's what I kept thinking of when I was looking at Gigi this entire episode on the podcast and that whole thing. And then her going at Alex, what they call her, Meghan Darkle.
Yeah, Meghan Darkle.
Meghan Darkle.
It's just unnecessary. So we finally get to see exactly like what the root of that issue is, and I don't think it was really clear to me that her mom, had died because of this, and it was that strong of a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, the connections there were super powerful.
It was super powerful. I think this is probably one of my probably like favorite parts of like the whole season thus far, because it was just like very huge. What I think Lee Daniels does so good at is like putting like real life onto shows. Like I get it, reality, but however, sometimes it's kind of hard to really showcase what is going on in the real world versus people's lives. Right. And so many people, I'm sure, can relate to Gigi's life about having parents who are on drug addictions, or like having a drug addiction yourself and can't get out of it, and how it like interferes with your work and all that kind of stuff. And just to see her unfold, I was shocked at her unfolding, but I'm happy to see that, because correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't we seen in real life with Kiki, her having a meltdown before, and her talking about depression, anxiety?
She's
talked about it so many times. So I really, really love, I always say Lee Daniels does a good job of allowing the characters to kind of relive their life through their roles. Like we've seen it with Carlotta when she lost her mom, and she was going through that time when she had lost High Heel. Cassie going through her things. Like everyone goes through their things individually. Absolutely. And I just love how he just kind of like
capitalizes off their pain.
It. Exactly.
Off their pain.
Like it's amazing to me.
I mean, I feel like the director did an amazing job of really allowing us to have compassion for these characters that we just really want to hate. Just like, man, I can't stand this girl. But then you understand, like, there was even a point when Gigi was like, well, they don't care about me. It's just all about the money. After my mom died, it was just about the money, and like, that is like, oh my God, like, now we understand the reason why she's so boisterous, and the reason why she wants so much attention is because she just wants to be loved. It's not even about, really trying to show competition. I really feel like she's asking Alex to help her, but she's doing it in such a very conniving, such a very competitive way.
Right.
She's not going to say, help me. She's going to be like, oh, I can't stand you. I'm just fighting you right now because I hate you because you have what I want. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, she's really like
crying for help.
She was like, please help me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's just sad across the board.
It's sad.
But now we get to see, I feel like now that aunt who was kind of like the ringleader of the demons, she's gone, unfortunately.
I know.
Yeah.
In a way, but I think we're going to get to see a different side.
Yeah, definitely.
Gigi. Yeah.
Speaking of the aunt, Simone, we love you. You're always watching. Simone, she said, I did not expect the auntie to shoot herself. And I agree. I did not.
I didn't. I thought that was so dramatic.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God.
Nowhere.
I was like, well, wait, huh?
I agree. I was like, okay, that was just like a little too much.
Like, it was a lot. We just had a great song from Gigi.
Yes.
Everybody's in the club like, oh,
and then
you
the
do
auntie
drugs?
was like,
and then
I
she's
just
like,
can't live without you. But she did say that before she walked off. She was like, I just can't live without you. But I really didn't mean that she literally meant that.
Me either. But when after Gigi had that beautiful performance, I thought that she was gonna just faint, and and like when she comes back out of like snapping out of it, I didn't know that someone's gonna die. Yeah. But what I'm really hoping,
somebody does have to die though.
That's true.
Yeah. In order for her to be as strong as she needs to be.
That's true. I'm hoping that since Aunt Missy has passed away, rest in peace, Aunt Missy, that we will see her other aunt that will come back and be willing to help her. Because it seemed like she wasn't really, shout out to Asha. We just had her last week on the show.
Hey, Asha.
Her role, I think, it seems like she's more of the aunt that's like more understanding and more helping.
She didn't do drugs.
She didn't do drugs. Yeah.
Isn't her name Missy?
Aunt Missy? No, the other. Well, Aunt Missy's the one that passed away.
Okay, because I remember no.
No.
Oh, it is Asha?
Yeah.
Remember when Gigi said she was talking to Noah, and Noah said, well, if you don't think that Alex actually linked the video, then who do you think? She said her other aunt linked the video.
Yeah, she said Aunt Missy. I heard her say that, but I thought she meant the one that shot herself.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
The other one, because there was a scene when she said, what was that you're watching? And Gigi Kiki said nothing. And then there was this face, and
I did see her face.
Asha's face in that scene, and just kind of like suspicious, like, what is that? And maybe she thought this would be a great opportunity to have that whole check by herself. So, why not kind of take out the other?
Yeah, like, that's
kind of
crazy.
That.
Because my thing is, like, if she was really for Gigi, why would she do that? Because that's something that's going to bring Gigi down.
Right.
So I think that now, even though the aunt like the one that was, had all the drugs, I still feel like Gigi still has to overcome her aunt.
She does. So, I mean, it just is evident that Gigi has never really had like a true role model in her life. Like the role models that was in her life were just pretty much tearing her down.
I think her Michelle Obama is Alex.
Her Michelle Obama. I love Miss Boots for that. I love her. She was like, you are not Michelle Obama, girl. You can go low.
You can go low. We don't have to go high.
Yes.
That was like the ultimate quote tonight.
Yes, indeed. But clearly, as we see that Gigi's not the only person who was like strung out on drugs. Noah. I just want to say my prediction was right, you guys. I said that Noah was going to take the pills. You thought he wasn't going to take it.
I was like, no, he's not going to do it because of the baby. But one thing that I do notice, the one thing that makes Noah falls into this is pressure. Anytime something is put on him where he has to make a decision or like something feels like it's against him, that's what he goes towards. The drugs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, it's not even enough for him having his baby to keep him alive. It's not.
I think it's definitely like a security thing for Evans as well. Definitely a security thing. I want to just like dive right into like our news segment because we have a lot to talk about. We have a run on low on time, but let's go into our news, Archie.
So, the cast of Star recently came together actually at Fox Studios in West LA to discuss the behind the scenes of working on the show at a live tweeting party hosted by Karen Civil.
Yes.
And the cast members were like Jude, who we know as Star, Luke James, and Quincy Brown. They shared stories to the audience members, including many actors there, like what it's like working on set with the actors and different things like that. And it was just a good event, and a good energy to see, the people on TV in front of your face doing that. But speaking of Jude, who plays Star, she is enjoying mommyhood.
Aww.
Yeah, the actress
cool.
and her
her
4-month-old son, actually, Judah, enjoyed a day at the pool this past week. And she took to Instagram to share the photos of the very eventful day. And she said Beanie's first pool day. And she also shared, a series of black and white pictures. But as you know, as we know that, Jude was pregnant at the same time the character was. Like, that was a real,
that was brilliant.
Real
thing. So, Judah is actually her first child, or only child as of now, with her husband, Joshua Coleman.
Aww,
Yeah.
look at the baby.
And
So cute.
Amaya Scott, known as Cotton on the show, she is one of the film industry's leading ladies who is trailblazing representation for the LGBT community on screen. And she actually caught up with a friend in my head, Francesca Amaker, of the Atlanta's A Scene, that show, and she was asked a bunch of questions about representation. And she said, I think to be visible, to represent people who may not always have been represented, I think it's, the most humbling feeling to tell a story that is like my own. And she just said it's the best feeling to be able to portray that, because I don't think maybe even 5 years ago we would have someone doing this character that Cotton is playing. So
I agree.
It's really cool.
Amazing.
And she continues to thrive in that way. You got to follow her on Instagram, though. Her Instagram is sick.
Is it popping?
Sick.
Is it popping?
Sickening. But
So
also,
beautiful.
Kiki
Yes.
Palmer, who we saw have a crazy, crazy episode, hilariously dragged herself for this red carpet look, and the internet is applauding. So Kiki Palmer, who is usually on point when it comes to slaying the red carpets, highlighted an instance where she attended a 2016 San Diego Comic-Con event, right? 3 years later, she's bringing it back up, and she's flaming herself, and she said, "Child, it's time for me to go in on myself, because what in the Mortal Kombat female guru is going on?" She said, "The outfit is, I'm not completely upset with, but at this time, I was super over wigs, and my hair hadn't grown back yet. I've always been different and love that about myself, but Chief, this wasn't it. Someone said you're going to Comic-Con, and I took it to heart. I became a whole character." She became a whole character.
That's so funny.
She looks crazy.
But I love the transparency for her.
She looks like a superhero
If
is
you
what she
can't
looks
laugh
like.
at
She looks like a
yourself, then what's the point?
A superhero mess.
Yeah, she does. But I love how she could just bring that up and talk about herself. Like, I looked crazy. I wish someone would have told me, because I hate when I be looking crazy and no one tells me
Ooh,
anything.
please don't bring up my
That's not your
throwback
friends.
pictures.
Yeah, that's not your real friend. So
Shout out to
I
real
love
friends.
that about you, Kiki.
Yeah. And that's your news.
That's your news for it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Archie. Archie always kills it with the news. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, I think it's about that time again to our ghetto superstar of the night. So let's hit that beat.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Do y'all remember when y'all first heard this song, or where y'all was and y'all?
Yeah, Wyclef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Wyclef and Maya, right?
Throwback.
Yes.
Yep.
Throwback. Okay. All right, let's start with you, Archie. Who was your star of the night?
Ooh, I'm so excited.
You better not steal my. You better not steal my
Both
star.
y'all steal
I
mine.
love that I get to go
I'm gonna
first.
get ghetto on you. Steal my star.
My ghetto superstar of the week is Miss Bruce.
No! I'm gonna go first next week.
That's not my ghetto
Miss
superstar.
Bruce is playing the FBI agent, the manager, the therapist, and an overall ghetto superstar in the show.
Yes.
Congratulations. I mean, she always comes in, slays the day, saves the day, and I'm here for it.
That was mine. He said it perfectly. Okay,
Yeah.
Nima, I'm gonna come up with something else.
Well, mine was Gigi because
Okay.
she had a lot going on. I mean, first of all, she started off with the podcast going in on
Yes.
Alex, and then she had her little episode in the club where she kissed Alex, and then, I mean, she did a whole bunch tonight.
Yeah,
so
she did.
yeah, she was the ghetto superstar.
I agree with them both. Gigi and Miss Bruce are probably the best superstars, but I'm gonna be different and go with Cassie because Cassie.
She was a
She
G.
never fails you. You know, she
Yes.
keep it sweet and savage at the same time.
Right.
Don't call her a bitch, period. And that's why I love Cassie.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Before we dive into predictions, really quick, do we have any more other thoughts before we need to cover?
No.
Well, one thing I do want to say is back to what I was mentioning before, how I love so much about Leon was Rick and highlighting Atlanta culture. We've seen a cameo from Rick Ross. You know, he's a native. We've also seen a cameo from Head Crack from Dish Nation. So I just really like to see so much Atlanta influence. And I know it's based out in Atlanta, but like the fact he covers everything is amazing.
Yeah, that's
So,
great.
all right, predictions. Let's get into it.
That sounds kind of scary.
It does. Sounds pretty creepy.
Predictions.
I predict that Star is gonna.
All right, Nima, let's hear it.
So I predict that Star is gonna live. I predict that Simone is possibly gonna leave her husband.
She has some really deep predictions.
No, I'm serious. And then I just feel like Alex is gonna be Gigi's Michelle Obama.
Okay.
There you go. I feel like my only real prediction that I got for today is that Take Three they're going to win the ASA award.
Of course.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I think that we're going to see Carlotta and her father's son or daughter. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel like it's a son, but I think that child's going to come around and need a desperate help, and I don't think it's going to be easy. I think he may have some kind of like health conditions, unfortunately, because of it's an incest baby.
I will say that I think it's somebody around on the show already.
I think that too.
That we already
I think
know
it's
them.
somebody already on the show.
Yeah.
Really?
The T.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if it's Quincy? I mean, I know that's not his name.
Oh gosh. Really?
I don't know.
Well, you
I'm
know that's
thinking-
interesting because we don't really.
We don't know his
We don't know
name.
anything about his
parents.
parents. We just know about the
Oh,
grandmother.
No.
That'd be interesting. Well, I do know it's not a prediction. It's actually going to be a fact that we'll be here next week, same time. In the meantime, though, you can follow up with us. And Archie J, let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on all social media platforms at Archie J Speaks.
And
Nima Sky at NEEMASKYE on all social media platforms.
myself on all social media platforms at I'm Jazzy. That's IMJAZZIEE. We thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.